Hey Taurus, I'm ready to do a reading for my earth signs today, and you're my first earth sign. So let's see what we have going on for Taurus. I'm gonna just do a 5-card spread. It's kind of a Mercury retrograde spread here. And we'll see what comes up for you, my friends, my bull-headed fellow fixed signs. Taurus. Okay, so in your release, you get the Page of Wands. So it's kind of releasing like a youthful, passionate, showy energy. And I think this is the bowerbird here who decorates the front of his nest to attract a mate. So things around that. That's what you are releasing at this time. What you are to embrace. A 10 of Cups. This is the end of a love cycle, but it's also love in its most complete and ideal manifestation here. Family. Here we see all these as animals with their friends. Mated. I think there's lots of mates here. Yeah, so we've got all of the couples in the animal kingdom. So this is what you're supposed to embrace. That seems... So we have a release this passionate show-offy and get into this real commitment kind of embrace. But let's see what happens as we clarify. You're supposed to revisit. Here's our Mercury in retrograde asks us to revisit. This is a 10 of Pentacles. This is work. This is security. This is your 3D world. We see all these bees busily collecting nectar from flowers here. So this is you're supposed to revisit your ideas of work, security. Yeah. Hidden influence is something else to do with work, the 8 of Pentacles. This is the focused, you're a wasp nest. So it's very focused, very skilled, artful. Sometimes it's about practicing a new skill. I don't see that here. But this, your ideas of work seem to be under review here. And this could be in the realm of love, but it could just be work that you're looking at here, Taurus. The future energy is a 7 of Swords. This is integrity. It's also a card of secrecy, of privacy, of omission. And we'll see what happens when we clarify that to see what's happening in the future for you. Underlying energy, the bottom of the deck here, we have a 9 of Pentacles. This is, again, very practical, very 3D, very earth. Pentacles are the earth sign. And this bear hibernating is the energy of a person who's solitary in their home. They have everything that they need. There's a Queen of Swords underneath that, suggesting that you're alone because you've removed people from your life who don't fit. That's just Queen of Swords, like she doesn't take any bullshit. And we have Temperance, a kind of process of healing and balancing between strong ideas to find alchemical ideal. There's a 10 of Swords. This is heartache. There's a lot going on here on the bottom of the deck. And lastly, a King of Cups, Scorpio, but also, if not Scorpio, a kind of keeping your feelings to yourself, emotionally mature person. But someone who's not open. King of Cups. Another fixed energy. There's 3 10s in your story here. There's a lot going on here with work, but also, yeah, it seems like work, but there's also something about your emotional life as well. Ideas about, so that 10 of Swords. Then 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. This is that you're mature, you've reached some kind of completion. Okay, well, we're going to clarify with my new deck, the Mystic Mondays. It's very flashy. Hope you appreciate it. I learned that Taurus is associated with the body, as is Aries. And if you think about fire and earth as two different orientations in the body, one more in the passion, desire, pleasure, the wands and the fire, and yours, earth, the structure, the foundation, the stability that's associated with Taurus. And I also learned that Taurus are people who are farmers, who are stewards of the earth, and I really liked learning about that. So whatever you identify with, I relate to how you're a fixed sign, and that means you know how to finish stuff. You're often accused of being stubborn. Taurus, I know, are stubborn, but you can count on a Taurus. True blue, steadfast people. Okay, so in your release, this Page of Wands, which we have the little bowerbird, this little showy young feller, we see strength, here represented by a tiger. See, that tiger is coming at you kind of like a pussycat, this is how my cat, who I see as a tiger, but a domesticated tiger, is coming up for a pet, sort of. So strength is very often about a balance between your lower animal nature and your ability to come from the heart, from higher ideals. So what else do we have here? We have in your release, a 9 of Cups. This is wish fulfillment. I'll explain. Let me just see what we have. And then a Tower. Oh, that's an unexpected, surprising ending here. Yeah, it looks to me as though you've been giving a lot, both providing kind of a romantic, ideal space, wish fulfillment, strength. There's this maturity here. And then something happened that surprised you, as unexpected, that you didn't want. So maybe because of your fixed nature and change is harder for you, needing to kind of move through this Tower. Because of the bowerbird, it looks to me to be in the realm of your passions. Because of the 9 of Cups, which, as you can see, is all about love. It looks to be a kind of romantic surprise, maybe by from a Leo, because strength is a card of Leo. Well, let's see more about what you're supposed to embrace. So the story will unfold. Okay, this 10 of Cups, this is your embrace. All of these animals. And as I stop, there's you on the bottom of the deck. King of Pentacles, the fixed sign of Earth. The fixed signs get the kings in the deck. Okay, part of your release or embrace is the 4 of Pentacles. That's not hard for you, Taurus. This is about discipline. It's about control. But let's see what more about that. We get the Queen of Pentacles. Embrace this, knowing your worth. So here's another earth sign. Know your worth. And a 5 of Cups. This looks to be a kind of looking at, so there's 3 cups that are turned one way and 2 the other way. So there's a kind of choice here, and you can see that by the dark line there. And the 5 of Cups is about regret and coming to terms with loss. And so you can look towards the loss, or you can look towards the light, towards the sun is rising there. There's a new opportunity there. So this is 4 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups. This is a kind of being grounded in your worth, because you have the Queen of Pentacles as you work through this loss. So, I'm really seeing that your embrace of the 10 of Cups is telling you that, so something happened in your family or in your partnership, in your love life. And I think you're feeling like you were a victim in it. It took you by surprise. And you were just doing everything right? You were the Page of Wands, you were being romantic, you were strength, you were being your best self. You were really bringing somebody else wish fulfillment here. And just like this tiger in strength, there was this like, and now I'm going to come in and get my pets because I've been such a good tiger, good pussycat. And then something happened. Something surprised you, right? And so this is advice for how to work through this. This is the grief that comes of that. So, and the perspective change here, it may be, so 10 of Cups, this is what you embrace. So this could be just embracing your relationship, but a 10 is also sometimes a way of saying like you've done everything you can here and it's time for something new. So you can change the way you're in this relationship. To me, that seems like a really good starting place where you're less codependent. You're less romantic and you're maybe doing things for the wrong motives. And it comes from a lack of self-worth. So that you're being reminded to embrace your worth here with the Queen of Pentacles, right? See how she has this moon shape here and she's cradling it. The Queen of Pentacles is always holding a pentacle with love, and she is sheltering that in her arms. I really think of, for some reason, like codependency, Al-Anon, these ideas of, stay in your circle. Everything outside of your circle is not yours to deal with. Focus on you, center yourself. And from a place of knowing your worth, you can move on from control. Although this is in your embrace, so, be grounded in the earth. The 4 Pentacles are earth. Be grounded in that as you go through grieving and feeling whatever happened, and then coming to a place of the Queen of Pentacles, of knowing your worth and being ready to transform this. The Tower has come. It's time for change. So, okay. So now we have the 10 of Pentacles. This is what we're revisiting. This may be the work you put in to your relationship, or wherever this kind of Tower of heartbreak happened. It could have happened at work. Some of us, our passion is at work, and we do a lot of approval seeking and being our best selves and expecting others to do that, and then when they don't. So, but let's see. 10 of Pentacles, this is what Mercury in retrograde is having you revisit, Taurus. 10 of Pentacles again. Okay. I need a little bit more information than 10 of Pentacles. I often interpret that when I get that as like, this is really where you need to look, but it's also where I, as a reader, need to I've missed something. So we'll keep looking here. There's an Ace of Cups. This is what we're revisiting. So to me, this is like you're putting a lot of emotion. There's a connection between emotion and work. Work, the 3D, security. And there's a 9 of Swords. And there's anxiety as a result of... Okay, so your heart is being expressed, your love, your Ace of Cups is being expressed in the Pentacles realm. But it also looks like it's not giving you, you're anxious in it. Something isn't working. This is why you have to revisit this. Your attitude about the relationship between your heart and your work needs to be revisited. Maybe it's keeping you up at night right now. If this is a love story, this has to do with the work that you put into love. Remember, you're being told by the cards to quit doing all this stuff, all this, I'm being a good girl, good boy, good what's it? You need to quit that. You're fulfilling somebody else's wishes through that, and it's backfired on you. And so that's why you need to revisit the work that you put into love. And I think when you do that, you'll be able to take responsibility for you'll get at. This person looks like a victim to me. Okay. So you want to get out of insomnia, anxiety, I'm persecuted kind of energy. That's a part of the Five of Cups here. And the approach is you're being told to relook at the work you put into love, or the love you put into your work, and to know your worth. And your worth is not in the work. It's in you. You could do nothing and still be worthwhile. So there's some kind of attitude about the work you put into love or the love you put into work that needs to be revisited. Okay, hidden influence, more about work. 8 of Pentacles, the Wasp. I really think of the Wasp as like amazing artist, creative. Those paper wasp nests are just gorgeous. And yet they're also dangerous. But let's see what else we can find out as we clarify. Isn't this a beautiful deck? This Mystic Mondays. I couldn't read it when I first learned tarot because I'm just seeing shapes, but I know what all these cards mean. Okay, so we have a 6 of Pentacles. This is a card of reciprocity. And that seems really important, to have more of a reciprocal give and take exchange at work or in love, or both. She's also juggling, right? So this adds something to me here about balance, keeping all those balls in the air at once. She's also very grounded, and you as an earth sign, grounded in the earth, that is you. And I see her, so that sitting on the earth and being grounded and being in a situation of more equal give and take, being able to accept as much as you give. Little dog coming to say hi. Also, there is an 8 of Cups. This is a card of a lack of emotional fulfillment. Usually it means you need to move on from what you're doing. Either it's emotionally you're unfulfilled and you need to move on. When you're in an 8 of Cups. Well, we put it all together here with the Empress. Empress, goddess of earth. So these are all hidden influences here. So the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles, they're very related to me. The Empress is just a combination of all of the queens. She's also very much about the feminine, about earthly creativity, that gardener in you, the steward of the earth that is in you. This Empress, she seems kind of frivolous to me when, like she's on vacation. She's got a pomegranate, which is often a part of her representation, and the bananas are added here, as are the banana leaves. I feel like she's on vacation in a way. And that is, so in the realm of work, where you've just been like such a focused, determined, hard worker, whether it's in love or in your career, there's a lack of balance, and it's causing you to feel emotionally unfulfilled. And I think you need to take responsibility for that yourself, right? You need to find the more equal give and take. You can't be a martyr, and you need to go on a vacation to your earth goddess self. I feel this is your hidden influence. You need to come to terms with your emotional lack of fulfillment. That working like this is putting you in an 8 of Cups. Doesn't mean you have to quit your job. Empress is on vacation. She's somewhere tropical. Yeah, interesting. Okay, future, the 7 of Swords. This card of having integrity. I see this panther kind of, I want to find out more, but this panther has this truth. The swords represent truth, ideas of the intellect, philosophy. And I see that this panther is holding back. And that is what the 7 of Swords is. It's usually holding back a truth from the rest. But we can interpret this more broadly. Let's see what else the cards want to tell us here about this future energy. Like perhaps this is something that you learn to do in future. Okay, Princess of Wands. That's funny because that's your release. There's another version of this. Look at me. Look at what I brought you. This young, romantic, passionate energy. So that's in your future. Maybe that's what you're holding back because that's what you're told to release. There is communication. 8 of Wands. Travel. So that's could be your vacation. Also, I do see her in like tropical vacation, going to yoga. She's doing a little yoga there. So maybe that's just your future of taking a rest. And the Princess of Swords. Truth bringer. She's looking back at, she's the Watcher. Princess of Swords, someone who watches on social media. She has that sword that the 7 of Swords has, right? She's got her sword. Here's the panther holding that sword. What is she doing with it? It's bent. It's either receiving or sending out truth, right? So that's a part of air, that Aquarian time that we're in. Yeah, that's a tough ending there. I'm not sure. I feel like I want another card here. Well, let me look on the bottom here. The High Priestess. Okay. All right. So the High Priestess is the underlying energy. So this is a card of trust your intuition. Underneath her is an Ace of Swords, and then there's you, the King of Pentacles. Making a choice. Feeling trapped. Magician. End of something. Wow. Okay, there's a lot going on under here. All right, well, let me share this with you, my friends. Okay, so this says trust your intuition, right? You've learned something, you know something. Whatever that is. I don't know what that is. You know what that is. This is the truth, I think, that you have right here in the future. So there's the Princess of Wands, also here as the Page of Wands, right? The little bower bird, this passionate, showy, look, I made this romantic opening to our nest. She seems to be at yoga camp. And then we have 8 of Wands, communication. There's something here about communication. All right? The High Priestess is getting information intuitively. What are you keeping to yourself? There's some kind of truth that you gain here in this process of revisiting the relationship between love and work, or the work that you put into love. You get to be your best self here in the future as a result of that. So that's the partner, King of Pentacles. Remember, we see embracing the Queen of Pentacles. So we have like the complete earth couple here, the steady, stable, security, abundance, people. But there's also some kind of choice here still. And I'm noticing like the Princess of Swords and the 2 of Swords, these curved swords. It's like the truth is bent. And in the 2 of Swords is a decision that's difficult to make, and you can see like the swords don't point in an obvious direction. They seem to turn back on themselves. There's a feeling of being trapped here in this underlying energy. But then there's also the feeling of being the magician. That is, you have all the tools and you're able to, look at that, manifest a whole new world. Okay, so the being trapped is an illusion. It's always an illusion in the tarot, the Eight of Swords. You see, she can just simply take off her blindfold and walk out of there. She's not really trapped. She's very lightly tied up there. You can see her wrists are very lightly tied up. And so, contrary to that, or maybe this is your other choice, to see yourself as the master manifester, the magician. So you have a choice between being trapped or seeing your way out of it, being able to manifest. This brings in an ending, a new world, and the end of a previous world. This is a wrapping up of a major cycle in your life once you make this decision. There is heartache, there is loss, there is grief. Sorry to tell you this. Endings change, come with grief, but there is ultimately a return to the Nine of Pentacles, which we see here twice. This is your goal. You content in your beautiful home that you have made. This is a solitary energy. Doesn't mean you're alone. It just means you're good alone. You are complete and good alone. It adds to your Queen of Pentacles. You know your worth. So you're showing up here very grounded. And yeah, and it goes back to the Queen of Swords, right? That's part of, in the long, lots of underlying energy here for you. Here comes my cat, Zoe. There's lots of underlying stuff here for you to become aware of in this time as you revisit the relationship between work and love, or the work that you put into love. And as let's go back over these again. You're seeking balance. There is an ending. There's an ending here. There's a change in how this works completely, but it leads you into a place of emotional security. And you're here as the Empress, Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, as a magician in this reading. It's a tough reading. It's a tough path, but it will, should you choose to take this journey of looking and reassessing and moving out of what appears to me to be a victimhood and into a place of really knowing your worth and coming from that, really grounded here, really saying, I'm gonna have more equality, and you know what, you're taking a vacation, I'm gonna take a vacation here. You know, I think you're done working your ass off and you're ready to go to whatever yoga camp this is for yourself, right? And you are now armed with the sword here against the possibility of getting yourself into this martyr trap again. That is my message for you, Taurus. Fantastic. I hope this turns out for you, and I hope that the painful parts of this, the swords, the unfulfillment, are brief, and that you can move forward into the Nine of Pentacles, this completeness in and of yourself. This is a place from which to begin a new career, or re-envision the career that you have, or your love life as well. You know your worth, you are grounded in it, you're completely content alone. And, you know, if you want to be in a couple or a family or something, you know, you are definitely being told to embrace this. Looks like a community of love to me. It could be bigger than just a couple. I see multiple pairs of animals here. This is your embrace. And the Ace of Cups is here as well, and something you need to rethink, work and love. So it could be your whole life, my friend. Okay. I hope you found this useful. Have a beautiful day.